Noah Newman here. Noah, you used to work at WA&D, one of the best sportscasters they ever had. But what was your time like and how long were you there for?
Well, thank you for the praise. I mean, there's been a long line of great sportscasters that come out of WA&D. It's such a great station and an incredible sports market. That's why, I stayed there for so long. I think I was there for almost 9 years, actually. My first TV job out of college was in 2010, and I went to work at WA&D as a Champaign News Bureau reporter. I knew I wanted to do sports, though, but news was a way to get into it. So I did news for about a year, and then I went into sports after that. So we go 2011 to about 2019, so about 8.5 years I was at WA&D.
What was one of your favorite parts to your job?
Well, it's hard to name just one, but there's been several. The one that comes to mind is a sports challenge we used to do with John Nillis, Matt Lovelace, and Gordon Voigt. We would go out in the community. You guys would challenge us to something you were good at, whether it was pickleball, fiddlesticks, Madden football, and we'd come to your house, we'd play you in the game. It was just an incredible way to just get to know some of the viewers, and we had a lot of fun putting the stories together. Just something different that you didn't really see a lot on local news, so I thought it was a really good way to connect with the viewers. That's maybe number one. Number 1B, I would say, is no doubt the Friday Frenzy. High school football, Friday nights, is the number one thing I miss most about being in sports TV. When it's 98 degrees on that week one, you got butterflies, you're running around with a giant camera, sweating your what off, and nothing beats it. And then you get back to the studio and you recap all the games, and then you hear from parents afterwards saying, oh, thanks for covering my kid. Or you hear from the coaches. And Friday night, number one.
In your time at the station, what did you learn the most, but also where do you get your energy from?
I think you learned a lot about time management and how to operate when you're on a strict deadline. I mean, think about it. Every day we have to have a sportscast done by 6 p.m. and another one done by 10 p.m. If you don't get it done, well, you're probably going to get fired unless you're really good friends with your boss or something. So you have to meet your deadline every day. So I learned a lot of time management skills. I probably wasn't the most organized person coming out of college. You could ask our first sports director, John Nillis, and news director, Ty Takahashi, about that. They'd probably agree with that. So you learn how to kind of get organized and get things done on a strict deadline. And also storytelling is another big aspect that you learn a lot about working at WA&D. You learn how to tell stories about people from all different kinds of backgrounds, whether it's a 70-year-old horseshoe player or a 12-year-old pool player. You have to tell their stories. So a lot of different things to learn.
You and Gordon Voigt were the catalyst that led the sports production team. What was it like working with him, but also what was one of the things you missed the most?
Gordon is, you can't ask for a better person. I mean, you guys know Gordon as well as I do. The best coworker, the best friend you could have. He's always looking out for your best interests. And the thing about Gordon, too, is he knows how to bring you up when you're having a bad day. If something went wrong on one of your shoots or you're just not having a good day in your personal life, something happened, Gordon is there to put life in perspective and put you in the right mindset to just have a great day. I've never met someone who could just turn around your day like that just by talking to him. So first and foremost, he's a great friend. Secondly, his creative mindset, how he put together sportscasts and sports stories, just an incredible storyteller. He would do things and see things that no one else would see in sports broadcasting. And he really taught me how to think outside of the box and, how to really connect with viewers. And I can't say enough words about how great it was to work with Gordon. I really miss him.
We killed it. I tell you what, Andy works miracles.
It all began nearly 10 years ago. A whirling dervish of a recent college grad moved from Cleveland to Decatur. His name? Noah Newman.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying up so late with us.
He had literally no TV training, but he took a deep breath and learned to manage the nerves on the desk.
I woke up this morning and I said, is it really week 9 or is this just some kind of dream? It is week 9.
And when he wasn't on the desk, you saw the crazy amount of potential that made him a WA&D star. Unfiltered, unapologetic enthusiasm and goofiness. Plus that endearing smirk that makes you think of your mischievous nephew. As nearly 8 years went by, he never lost that youthful exuberance that made him special, but with it, he gained a one-of-a-kind maturity.
What are all these are all trophies that have been won here.
That made him into a dependable, organized, encouraging teammate, doing things behind the scenes that you never got to see. Over those 8 years, he gave the same exact amount of care and attention to high schoolers
Go where the Rockets are getting ready for a mammoth showdown with Monticello
as he did the Big Ten.
Well, we figured this was going to be a tough matchup for Illinois. They haven't won in this building since 2008.
But he was maybe at his best during the Friday frenzy. Blue explosion to the winter
a snowy
frenzy.
night in Central Illinois. We just got back in from outside. Noah Newman here, Gordon there.
And you know what? Noah Newman became part of your family. So here's a heartfelt thank you to our friend Noah Newman, who treats the CEO like he does the janitor. Noah, we're lucky to have you here in Central Illinois.
Option number 2, close your mouth and your eyes. Quick spray and that's it. It's not that hard. We're going to need it tomorrow. Sun poking out right now. Back to you, Gordon.
Welcome back to the frenzy. Today's a day that I knew was going to come eventually. I knew that it had to come to an end. Not looking forward to it, I'll tell you that much. Noah Newman's final Friday frenzy. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing?
Hasn't set in yet, but I am headed to Jackson, Mississippi. I'm going to be the sports director at WJTV, CBS affiliate down there. So big step out of my comfort zone.
Gosh.
I'm a Big Ten guy going to SEC country. Ty Takahashi, who the guy who believed in me to give me a shot on TV when no one else would, he just hired me in Jackson, Mississippi. So I'm looking forward to going to work with him. But
Wow.
gonna really miss being here, working with you, and
You're the best, and we're going to talk a little bit about what made you special here. But first, I want to give you this autographed mic flag, everybody in the office.
oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
As we
Chris
give you-
Slavey, Doug Wolf, Sean Streety.
That's a physical representation
my
of how much
gosh.
you mean to us. This is an abstract representation of your journey here at WAND. Take it away.
You get to take that
No
Browns coat
way!
home.
This is in the closet?
You know about
Was
that,
it?
bro.
Oh, you're right.
Special guest appearance.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh,
right,
Sean
good luck to
Streety.
you.
Thank you, Sean.
Good
Gonna
luck
miss
to
you.
you.
Gonna miss you. Quick spray and that's it. It's not that hard. We're gonna need it tomorrow. Sun poking out right now. Back to you, Gordon. That was unbelievable.
What'd you think?
That was.
Love you.
I love you too. I cannot believe how long. I cannot believe you
You're
put
the
that
best
together.
partner I could possibly ask for.
Came off here.
And I'm going to cry.
Don't cry. I'll take it all right.
Matt's here too.
I need to start with the hug.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for the time that we spent covering the sports desk.
Long time.
I don't know if people realize how lucky they are to have somebody 8 years
That's crazy.
in a market like this. And when I say like this, a market this size, so dedicated to local sports.
Yeah.
You have had opportunities. You're taking this one, and I'm so happy you are. But we've been lucky to have you here. I was going through some of this footage as well. I can't believe how much, and I mean this great in both ways, how much you have not changed and how much you have grown. In both of the things in the best ways possible.
Yeah.
So
I have
time's been awesome with
been really lucky to work with both of you, and when the opportunity came up, I spoke with both of you about it, and you guys gave me great advice. And really, really sad to leave. Really don't want to leave, but
Yeah.
it's an opportunity. I feel like you talk about the nudge sometimes. Gordon talks about the
You
nudge.
felt that little nudge in the back of your
I
head?
feel the nudge. It's been unbelievable. You talked about how everyone feels like I'm part of their family now. It's true. This is, I never thought I'd find another home when I moved away from Ohio. This is my second home, and I'm forever going to be attached to all the teams here. Going to come back and visit several times, and I'm just speechless.
Wow.
I don't know what to say right now.
How about this surprise play of the day? Let's cue play of the day. 3, 2. This is the one sports challenge that you guys did win.
We won a few.
Well, we won.
ate some food.
Yeah, well, we win against each other, but this is the one true sports challenge that involved
Punt, pass, and kick.
an athletic, athletic abilities, and we defeated Derek Spates.
We love when Tyler Rep King's on. And you're watching the original Friday Night Frenzy.
It's like...
No! It's gone! Browns win!
So you left Decatur, you moved on to Mississippi, where you were then named Sportscaster of the Year. When you hear that, what goes through your mind, but also what was it like working down there?
Well, that was probably the highlight of my career in terms of awards go. I mean, I had never really won any awards or anything. 'Cause I usually do goofy, off-the-wall stuff that usually doesn't win those kinds of awards. So when I found out I won that award, which is a really prestigious award, if you look at other people across the country who win that, I mean, you're talking about upper echelon of people who work in sports broadcasting. So, I was blown away, and it was an incredible honor because people take their sports really seriously in Mississippi. You're in the heart of SEC country, and there's a lot of great reporters down there, and people have been doing it a lot longer than I had been. I've only been in Mississippi 2 years when I won that award, so I think it just speaks volumes about the importance of telling people stories and being passionate about the fan bases that you cover and the teams that you cover, and just being really present in where you are. I mean, in Mississippi, I gave it my all when I was there covering those teams. I didn't know anything about Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Southern Miss, Jackson State, Alcorn State, any of these high schools. But you just go down there, you just dive in, start talking to people, learn about what people are interested in, and that award just showed that, hey, maybe I did something right, so it meant a lot.
So you're in Mississippi, and now you leave sports, and you're now in Milwaukee, working in the ag department and the press there. What's the change been like for you from sports to the ag area?
Well, it's definitely been a big change. I think a lot of the skills I learned in TV translate. I mean, I'm still doing a lot of storytelling, connecting with people in terms of, I'm planning major conferences now. I'm writing articles. So I'm doing a lot more writing than I used to, but I still get to do a lot of video stuff and podcast stuff. Essentially, I've gone from a football field to a cornfield, but it's the same job. I'm still telling stories. I'm telling stories of farmers, adversity they've overcome, some innovative things they're doing to take their operations to the next level. And it really is kind of the best of both worlds. Schedule-wise, it's probably a lot better for me than TV. In TV, as much as I love it, you're working holidays. You know this, you're working holidays, you're working nights, you're working weekends, you're missing a lot of family stuff. And it came to a point in my life where I was like, all right, I want to press pause on that and kind of find a better work-life balance. And so that's what this new job has really given me. And as you see, we're at the Farm Progress Show now here in Decatur, Illinois. So learning about the future of farming, having a blast out here at Progress City, USA.
Here at the Farm Progress Show, you just never know who you're going to run into. Maybe you recognize this guy. This is Newman-Former, longtime sportscaster for WAND and a very community favorite.
Oh, Dave, thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's good to see you again, partner. Now, you went to Mississippi.
Yes.
And we're a sports director down there.
Yep.
Then, this is what's made, he went into agriculture reporting.
That's right.
Didn't have a background in that.
No, I traded a football field for a cornfield. But, a lot of the skills that you learn in TV have translated. The storytelling skills, instead of telling stories about a football or baseball player now, telling stories about people like you, farmers and equipment makers out here developing the latest precision technology.
Tell us the magazine that you're working with, or magazine.
Yeah.
It's multiple.
Yeah, so the company is Lester Media, and we own No-Till Farmer magazine, Strip-Till Farmer magazine, a precision farming dealer that deals with a lot of the new precision technology coming out, and a farm equipment magazine as well. So we focus on conservation-minded farmers, so no tillage, reduced tillage, strip tillage, cover crops, that kind of stuff is really right in our wheelhouse.
You could write a book on your sports stories. You had a lot of experience from major college to high school level to grade school. What have you learned about agriculture? Because it was a whole new world for you.
Whole new world, no background in agriculture, but when I was applying for the job, they told me a lot of the people we hired don't have a background in agriculture. It's their job to teach us. And the past year has been a crash course. And events like this, like these, are the best way to learn, because you're just kind of thrown into the fire talking to people who are making it happen in the agricultural world.
No, it's so fun to see you again. Congratulations on your new job. He's getting married next month.
September 23rd. Yep, that's stressful. I'll say that.
Now, a lot happening in his life. Noah Newman, former sports director here at WAND.
Queen, I'm wearing my LeBron shirt under here.
She wearing her LeBron. Queen says hi, man.
Thank you very much.
What's been the biggest challenge for you going from sports to the ag department?
Just learning about a whole new world. I didn't know any of the terminologies in farming. I didn't really know much. I don't come from an agriculture background, but when I interviewed with Lester Media, the company I work for now, they said, well, a lot of people we hire aren't from agriculture backgrounds. It's not that, common. So basically this entire year, it's been a crash course. I'm learning so much, and coming to events like this, the Farm Progress Show, is the best crash course you can have. You're talking to CEOs, you're talking to product specialists, you're talking to farmers, you're talking people, every kind of person that's involved in agriculture you're talking with. And so events like this have really helped me to learn.
Dave, with the Farm Progress Show, such a big deal in Decatur, and having Noah back in the area, 9 years he did it in the sports department. What's it mean to you?
Well, just seeing him just listening to him and how he's grown in covering agriculture. I knew he was good in sports. That was a thrill to watch him on Friday nights, and we miss him today. But now he's gone into another world, and he's learning about it, and he still has that ability to tell a good story. And so I think that is growth in his career, to see him taking on something that maybe was not in his comfort zone, and yet he took it on. And I'm very honored that he came and was on the set with us today.
So Noah, not only did you impact my life as one of your best friends, but also you impact so many other people's lives, whether it's the excitement you bring, the happiness you bring, and changing people's lives in more ways than one. What's that mean to you as far as a human being in general?
Oh, it means the world. And I mean, when you're, I'd hope to make an impact with some people, but when you're in the grind, the hamster wheel of coming in every day, doing stories, covering games, sometimes you don't realize that you could be, having a big impact on people. Maybe 10 years down the road, they'll pop up a highlight video we read on the Friday Frenzy, where at the time, you're just trying to just not screw up on air, and you don't realize how big of a deal it is to some people. It means a lot. Anytime you tell me that someone asked how I'm doing, or that they remember a story we did about them 10 years ago, well, not 10 years ago, 5-7 years ago, that always makes my day when you tell me that. So it's just, I just have an impact on one person, let alone is the whole goal of doing a job like that. And yeah, it's just speechless knowing that people remember that kind of stuff.
So speaking of the Farm Progress, we're out here in Decatur. What's it mean to you to be back in Decatur, where you spent 9 years at the station, and seeing a lot of people you recognize so much?
Oh, it means a lot. It's kind of overwhelming. I actually get a little emotional sometimes when we're driving in on 51 and you see Walter Boyd Field, Maroa, that I've been to so many times, and you see the big wind things going, and just all these memories start floating back up. And then you get here to the Farm Progress Show. We just stopped by the WA&D booth and see Don and the entire crew there, Dave Brown. It's just blown away. Really miss all those people, because you become a family working here in Decatur, and just there's nothing like the community, and being back, it's bringing back a lot of great memories. Hard to put into words, but yeah, I got the butterflies coming back, seeing all the familiar things in Decatur. So it's going to be hard to leave. I want to stay. Maybe I'll stay.